Welcome to the 5 stages of the speaking business with me, Pegeen. This program is all about you and your business. How are you growing it? The different stages that you will go through building a speaking expert business and what to be thinking about. What do you need to be considering and evaluating about what you have already? My name is Pegeen, and I have been interviewed by all kinds of business and newspapers, Forbes, Wall Street Journal, New York Times. I was named by the Jacksonville Business Journal as one of the top 50 privately owned, fastest growing companies in North Florida. I have always been a serial entrepreneur and opened, sold businesses in Spain and in the US, meaning I know how to run businesses. I've also produced some global events televised worldwide for both White House, the Department of Defense, and many other groups. My story appears in 9 books, and my quotes appear in over 15 additional books. So I have a lot of people that seek my advice and seek my wisdom to be able to share in their books. I've coached senior leaders, including generals, admirals, presidents of colleges, politicians, C-suite leaders of influential organizations, entrepreneurs, and my favorite group of speakers and experts who want to grow their information business. And this is for you. I am an author of 5 books on women in leadership, business, and success. And honestly, I'm a former gang member from New York, so I have a little bit of smart badassery, a little bit of courage and chutzpah, and a little bit of laughter to bring to it. So let's get started about what this is. So the first stage that of the speaking business is what I call the expert in the house. The reason I call it the expert is usually when you come into a speaking expert business, you come with years of experience of having lived life, having experienced ups and downs in life. You've studied, you've been informed, and you are bringing your best game forward. That means that you have most likely been a leader in your industry. You have a lot of experience in your field or in the industry. So you might be an expert in sales, and you might also have been an expert in sales in the manufacturing business. It depends, but you bring a lot of experience to the table. You might have written a book, or you certainly have been thinking about writing a book and about your expertise and your experiences and your wisdom. Oftentimes, the people who come in to the speaking industry are the first. They're first in a community, the first Black woman to do this, the first woman to do that, or the first person to close a mega deal. Whatever it is, usually you're the first, or maybe you've been named into a Hall of Fame within your industry, within your college alumni, something that makes you stand out from others. You definitely have an eclectic background. That means that you've tried a lot of different things in your career, in your life, and you have now been able to get focused about what you are really the expert in. And that is important. Your expertise and and wisdom is sought after. In other words, people call you up and say, "Hey, Mary, can you give me some advice about this, or show me that, or can you speak to my group about this?" Usually not paid, but you are an expert in the house. And when you're the expert in the house and you're starting this expert speaker business, there are certain things that you really want. So the things that you want is a website. You want a website that reflects who you are. You want your first website to be done. Maybe it's even your second website, but you want a website that reflects who you are as you're starting this business. You want to be having a blog where you could share your insights and your wisdom. Now, with blogs these days, it might also be that you have a LinkedIn newsletter where you're sharing your wisdom, but you definitely have a way to communicate to people about what you've done. You have your brand book done. Now, this is something that I highly recommend getting done. There are some great people on Fiverr. But what a brand book is something that's determining your colors, that when people see the colors, they know, oh, that's a Piggy thing. We understand that you're going to have some of your colors that you're going to show up everywhere. So for me, you'll see with the Power Women Worldwide, we have this red, we have different shades of red and gold. And so that's our brand. And so we have a brand book that you'll hear more about if you go through some of our programs so that people can know what it stands for. You're getting articles written and you have some articles written and ready to publish. Now, where are they going to get published? That may be a discussion that, might be on some sort of online platform. It might be in a printed magazine, but you do have articles written and you've started to write. You also might have and want two speeches ready to go. Two speeches that when someone calls you up and says, "Can you do this?" You can say, "Yes, I can. I'm ready. This is what I'm speaking about." So you want to have that. And then critically important, this level is to create some sort of business plan. Who are you marketing to? What are the goals that you want for the company that you're running? How much money do you want to earn? How do you plan on getting that, earning that money? Who are you selling to? What's your avatar? These are things that you want in your expert in the house process, stage one. On stage two, I call it the marketing maven. Oh, that's where you've been doing some work and you've been getting things done. And it's important for you to understand this is an important stage for you to be at. It's when you know I have to promote myself. This way you definitely have a website and you definitely have an identifiable brand. You might have been working on it. Now, the brand might change over time, but right now, you know that you have a brand that you're stepping up. You've had your speeches created. You probably have had some of your first paid professional speeches where you've done that. Sometimes you're a little bit hard on yourself after you've done those speeches. Sometimes you've learned how hard it is to maybe book those speeches, and you're looking at collateral materials that you need for your future based on what's occurred that you've spoken, but now you know you need to kind of refine maybe some of your processes. You absolutely have published articles sharing your insights and wisdom so people know what you do. You definitely have a social media plan. Well, it might be just a daily action that you're doing, but you don't have that much about a following. You may not have, maybe have a couple of hundred people, but you're actually doing something to build that plan up and build that experience of being seen and heard. You now have not only a business plan, but you probably have a marketing plan. It may not be extensive, it may not be deep, but it's something that's guiding you for your next steps. And this is really important as a marketing maven. Now, what do you want as a marketing maven? You absolutely want a recognizable brand. So you want to build on what you've already have and make it bigger, make it really recognized and known so that people know, boom, that's who she is. At this point, you really want to start focusing on a niche. You can't be everything to everyone. It's just impossible to build a successful expert business by by being everything to everyone. So you have to really niche down and define what your niche. It could be from industry, it could be a market, it could be in the people that you're targeting, the age group that you're targeting, even who they are as gender and their backgrounds. It's really important that you start thinking about what's the niche that makes you so happy to be in, that makes you so thrilled to be in this niche. It's so critically important. You want to have and get the opportunity to have journalists to interview in your area of expertise. That means finding journalists who are specialists in your areas of expertise, reaching out to them, getting maybe on their podcasts, being written about in their magazines and their newspapers. You want to really start thinking about who is writing about your niche and then getting to know those people. Being written about is really important because it adds to your credibility and it adds to that you must be somebody we should be listening to. You want to grow your followings to at least 2,000 followers on your Facebook fan page or 2,000 followers on your personal page where you're promoting your materials or 2,000 followers in LinkedIn if that's your area of expertise where your people are. You want to start building that fan base because that fan base is where you're going to get referrals and introductions to conferences and business. You want to be able to get paid speaking engagements. That means that you want to be paid for showing up on stage. And that means you have to have good fees. You have to know how to market those. You have contracts that you have a process to close those deals, and you're confident in yourself. You're confident in who you are so that you can get those paid speaking engagements. You also want to begin to think about how can you be paid to consult and possibly build a membership that people will pay to be part of your membership. These are where you are as a marketing maven, where you're headed to, what you desire, and where you want to go. The next stage is the brand beacon. That means that your brand is like a lighthouse. It's attracting the people you want. It's attracting your perfect clients. It's attracting all that you want for yourself. So with a brand beacon, you have a definite recognized brand and niche. People know you. Journalists will are asking to interview you. Uh, People are who work for podcasters, people who work in the papers are reaching out to you. Would you be interested to being on? People are paying you to speak on your expertise. Now, you might not be getting paid the amount of dollars that you want at this point, but you are definitely getting consistently paid for your expertise. You're definitely getting on stages whereby people can refer you. You're getting great testimonial and you're getting great video. That's for sure. You have branded products. In other words, you have books or giveaways that are all branded with your colors, your niche, your message, and that's critically important. You have at least 2,000 followers on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Now you have grown. There is clearly that people are following you, and this is really important for you to recognize. These are some of what we call KPIs. Um, uh, KPIs are known values that you are going after. So if you wrote this down in your book, you would be going, okay, am I a recognized brand? Are journalists interviewing me? Are people paying me for my expertise? Do I have branded products? Am I authentic on and off stage? You're doing all of this, and this is key performance indicators for you that you're moving in the right direction. Very important. Now, at this point, what you're really looking for is recurring income. You want to have consistency in income. You're tired of the up and down and up and down and up and down in terms of money. You want to have multiple streams of incomes that's filling your coffers, right? They're coming from different and you're really thinking about how do I scale? How do I have different multiple streams of income? You certainly want to be a resource for advertising agencies, PR firms, and bureaus. These will come because you're a brand beacon and because you're putting it out there to be seen and heard. You want to expand your client base and diversify industries at this point. You might have started in a very clear niche, but you realize because things change, economies change, industries get hit because of things out of their control, and you want to be able to expand into different industries so that you have balance in your income. You also want to have some team members with specific objectives for your business growth. You don't want to do it all yourself anymore. You're moving on. By the way, you should have all received the 5 stages of speaking. If you have not, I would absolutely encourage you to scan this QR code or to go to talk.ac/Pegeen and write the word 5 so that you can get a download PDF of the 5 stages of speaking. A lot of people take these and they put them on their wall, they use them as guides to grow their business. It's a simple way for you to know where you're going. So take a picture of the QR code or go to talk.ac/Pegeen and put in the code 5 so you can get it. You'll be asked to share your insight, your wisdom about this experience that you've had with me. So just answer those questions and get your code. It's for you to grow your business. So the fourth area is making money honey. Making money honey is this stage where money is flowing into you, money is coming into you, things are working out for you. You're starting to grow a little bit more, get more savvy about it. and you know that you're in profitable pricing, you're priced well, you're having 30 paid at full keynote speeches or trainings a year. Your calendar is getting booked. And when I say 30, you get to decide what that looks like. 10 to 30 is where you're really making money. So you want to be able to know that you definitely have multiple streams of income, not just products, but income. People are actually buying the products and investing in you. And that's a very, very, very a lucrative way to make your business grow. You have a sales process that works. You have sales from what you're verbally saying. You have sales process from funnels. So when people sign up for things, funnels automatically are driven. You definitely have a marketing process that generates leads, and you're referred to for speeches and projects by clients and peers and audience members. Sorry. With making money, honey, you want lots of systems, processes, and procedures in place that are automatic and replicate for all the team members. So automation is really important in this business. You don't want to have to hire people to do things that can be automated. You can use AI to help you make those automated processes. And you want to have procedures like having your e-speakers, having your talkabout, which we'll talk to about in other venues, so that procedures in place for you to make money. You definitely want a legacy plan. So now you're taking your business plan and you're creating something called a legacy plan. That means, how am I creating long-term influence in my industry or in my community? I want to know, how can I expand my influence? How can I ensure that we're in it for the long term? I've been doing this for 30 years, so I understand how important this process is of building your legacy. You want investments for long-term peace of mind, putting money into your IRAs, your Roths, your savings account, so that you have money, honey. That's why you're doing this, so that you can have the satisfaction and the security of having money in your account. And you want clarity for the next 5 years. This business is very, very much changes. And about every 5 years, you're going to find yourself definitely evolving your business, changing maybe how you look, changing what you're saying, changing how you're doing. So you want to have some clarity. You want to create a plan that gives you some clarity, ensuring that you want to stay very focused about who you're speaking to, who your target market is, and making sure that this is how you want to stay aligned. It's really important that you do this. Now you're moving into the big game. Here you're really getting into, 250, 500,000 million plus business. And you really are starting to think about your future in a different way. You're in the big game. You've increased your fees in the last 6 months. You've opened two new markets for your services, so two distinct markets. You have a robust social media following of over 10K on different platforms. So whether it be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, you have over 10K. You definitely have a new business and marketing plan for your new level. You have expanded. You're not the same person you were. You have totally changed. And so your business plan has to shift, and you have to decide, where am I going? What's my next step? Where am I going? What do I want to have for myself? What have I learned in business to grow to this level that I know I need to adjust, that I want to adjust? Sponsorship, spokesperson opportunities start coming to you. People see you as an influencer. They want you to be somebody important in their life. You want them to They want you to talk about their products. They want you to talk about their services. They want you to be there. You also have bureaus and agents booking you for business. They see opportunities. They're calling up. Can you speak at this gig? And that it's not like you're chasing them. They're coming after you. And it's not that tons of them. Please be careful to not make yourself think that you're going to get tons and tons of people. You have enough to make you happy. Really, really happy. What you want now more than anything else is balance. You want to have joy every day. You've been hustling, you've been doing the work, you've been putting things out there. So you want to have joy every single day now. That's one of the things about balance. You'd love to expand for international opportunities and new business ventures. So maybe you're investing in some sort of business that totally has nothing to do with speaking. You want to start taking your money, invested in other places, and you want to use the opportunity to build an international business opportunity. That's your choice. It's up to you to decide. You want to step into a bigger, more influential space. You really want to be able to be accessed for the wisdom that you have and be part of a panel to discuss your success, making sure that people are hearing what you have to see and have to share. Um, but you're not pushing for it. It's that you know that you're called for a higher purpose. And as you know what this higher purpose is, you really want to use your power and your presence for good to make a transformational change in the world. And this is the time where you're really spending uh, a lot of time investing in yourself to define who you are today, to figure out where you are now, to know, okay, I've grown this business, I'm doing great, and recognizing, oh, there's more. There's more for me. There's absolutely more for me. And it's the so there's more power and there's more presence and for your good. So this is where you do some internal um, self work to see what that next level is. And it's a wonderful place to be at. It truly is. So these are the 5 stages of the speaking business. These are the things that I work with you to grow through. That Power Woman Worldwide is here to support you as you move through these stages and offering you some wisdom, guidance, courses, classes, memberships, so that whatever stage you're in, you know that you're working towards your highest and best, most powerful business that you can create for yourself. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you get to be with Power Women Worldwide, get to have the experience of all the women that are involved, and be able to know I am awesome, ready for my next level. Look forward to seeing you at the next event or the next course or in a membership. See you there.